Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Elise Stefanik is about to put Adam Schiff in a world of hurt.
Since the chairman has gavelled out all of my colleagues with their unanimous consent, I am going to read for the record many of the chairman's comments in September of the importance of hearing from the whistleblower. Again, Ambassador, thank you for your patience, thank you for your service, but since we haven't been able to conduct ourselves in normal procedures, I'm just going to use the 5 minutes for this. September 29th, in the Wall Street Journal, quote, "The whistleblower at the center of the impeachment investigation of President Trump will testify in the House very soon." This is a quote by the chairman. USA Today, September 29th. Talking with ABC News this week, Schiff, the Democrat who chairs the House Intelligence Committee, said the whistleblower would testify very soon, and the only thing standing in the way was getting security clearances for the attorneys representing the whistleblower so they could attend the testimony. From Vox, September 29th, Rep. Adam Schiff said Sunday the whistleblower at the center of a growing scandal surrounding President Donald Trump will testify before the House Intelligence Committee very soon. On CNN, September 29th, Schiff said Sunday on ABC as well as NBC's Meet the Press that he expects the whistleblower to testify very soon.
All right, y'all, just bear with me for a little while here. It's all going to make sense very, very soon. All she's doing is just listing out the statements that he has made. And what she says at the end will tie all of this together. And it's going to be absolutely glorious.
The Washington Post, September 29th. In an appearance on ABC News this week, Schiff echoed Pelosi's message. He also said he expected the Intelligence Committee to hear from the whistleblower very soon, pending a security clearance from Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph Maguire. In the Huffington Post, Schiff told ABC's This Week that he expects the whistleblower to appear before this committee very soon. In the New York Post, quote, "We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower." In the Washington Times, quote, "That whistleblower will be allowed to come in." These are all quotes from Chairman Adam Schiff. In Talking Points memo, the question was posed, actually this was by George Stephanopoulos, "Have you reached an agreement yet with the whistleblower and his or her attorneys about coming before the committee and providing the information firsthand?" Quote, "Yes, we have," Schiff responded, "and as DNI Maguire promised during the hearing, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in and come in without a minder from the Justice Department or from the White House to tell the whistleblower what they can and cannot say. We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower." In Daily Kos, "We're ready to hear from the whistleblower as soon as that is done, and we'll keep obviously riding shotgun to make sure that the acting director doesn't delay in that clearance process." In CNBC, "We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower."
What a list. That's a list of every liberal rag pretty much in the giant mainstream media bubble. And of course, Adam Schiff is going to go to these places and parrot out these terrible talking points that turn out to be untrue, and more importantly, shows his complete and total hypocrisy.
In Market Watch, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said Sunday that an agreement has been reached under which the whistleblower will testify before the committee very soon. I can keep going, but again, the chairman refused to allow us to put these into the record with unanimous consent. So I've read those out, and as we know, it is important to protect whistleblowers from retaliation and from firing, and we want to make sure whistleblowers are able to come forward. But in this case, the fact that we are getting criticized by Chairman Adam Schiff for statements that he himself made early on in this process shows the duplicity and just the abuse of power that we are continuing to see.
Okay, if you've made it to the end, you're a trooper. Thank you so much. Because what Stefanik does is essentially outline exactly how much of a hypocrite Adam Schiff really is, because she gives an entire list of his statements, all to these liberal rags and these terrible media outlets that'll only show you half the truth. And she talks about how much Adam Schiff has gone around and talked about a whistleblower. And what she's essentially pointing out, because she's building up the case, that Adam Schiff is doing the very thing that he's saying that the GOP needs to stop doing, because he was at this time excoriating the GOP for not going through the proper channels and possibly hurting the identity of the whistleblower, when in fact he's doing the exact same thing that he's accusing the Republicans of. This is projection at its finest, and the Democrats are fantastic of this, mainly because they do have control of the majority of the media outlets here in the United States, which is exactly why we want to show you content like this, because Stefanik is basically showing off Schiff for what he really is, a hypocrite and ultimately someone with the Two-Face syndrome so bad it makes a Batman villain blush. And Stefanik is finally helping out the Republican Party understand how to hold Democrats properly accountable and in a media fashion. Because most of what committees are theater. And Adam Schiff's body language is theater. What she's doing, how she's building up her case is theater. Everyone knows the script, but she's starting to realize that you can start adding things to this script to hold the Democrat Party accountable. And the GOP is slowly learning this fact, and it's beautiful to watch. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment on Politibrawl. Don't forget to check out our friends over at basedby.shop, which has amazing merchandise that you can show off to your liberal friends, triggering them on a daily basis. Catch you on the next one, and y'all have a good one.